What's up, everyone? I got a little guy for us to check out today. This is the KB Sear by my friend Paddy's Knives. Dude has some killer designs, and one of my favorites from him, the sail fin from White Mountain Knives. This is the KB Sear. What's up, everybody? Sam at Wyvern Kodiak. Let's get into this thing and check this knife out from my buddy Paddy. So right off the bat here, KB Knives, absolutely love their fit and finish. Beautiful milling on these titanium scales here. Nice back spacer, about third length or so in titanium with some nice texture. Hognose style lanyard loop on here. You've got a milled titanium pocket clip, frame lock with the lock bar relief cut on the outside here. Got some nice jimping thumb stud and a hole. So very, very nice. Small guy. Let's open this up. There you have this beautiful belt satin blade here. This is in S90V on here. It is a drop point, spear point style blade. Absolutely love myself a beautiful belt satin. Nothing like it to me. Gorgeous. So very, very nice finish on here. Let's talk specs. So again, this is a little guy. We're coming in at 6.89 inches overall, 2.99 inches on the blade, and weighing just 2.82 ounces. Doing a size comparison, let's look at it next to Paddy's other knife, the sail fin. So the sail fin is not a big knife, and you can see that the sail fin is significantly bigger than the Sear. And then we'll look at it next to a Demko 80-20.5, and you can see that the Sear is smaller than both of those. And we'll look at let's see, we've got the Drop Bear from Kaiser. So pretty close comparison size to that, and then my own Gracchus just for smiles and grins, and you can see how much bigger that knife is. So the Sear is not a big knife by any stretch of the imagination, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a good knife. Let's talk about ergos. So ergos in hand, 4-finger grip. I have double XL hands, and you can see that I am getting my hands on here without any issue, locked into this really nice, very sharp jimping, which I absolutely love. Excellent, excellent ergonomics right here. No pinch points, no hot spots, nothing to be alarmed at. Choking up here into this little choil area here, giving me even more room on the handle, and this is home sweet home for me in most cases. Very, very comfortable, and the back of my thumb still grabs that jimping. I do wish that there was probably another, I don't know, quarter to half an inch of jimping on here, but it's not necessary. I'm still getting good jimping on here without any issues. So very, very nice ergos, especially for a small knife. So let's talk about the action, which is on bearings. It is a frame lock, drops to the nail, shake closed off of the blade hole, no issues. Thumb studs, not a problem. Reverse flick off the thumb studs, you betcha. And this is, I don't think this is a front flipper, but are we? Yeah, we can front flip it. Takes a little wristing to get it out there, but if you're really, really determined, it can be done. So the action on this thing is great. All deployment methods work outstanding. No issues whatsoever. And really nice step milling right there on the thumb stud, which is actually really sharp. This gives you really good grip right here. It's grabbing my skin on this, so very, very nice. Beautiful tall flat grind on this knife as well. So KB just does a killer job, and Paddy does such a good job with his designs. I really like his design language. As a matter of fact, just a little backstory here. this happens to be one of my favorite knives in my collection. And yeah, I have some crazy stuff in my collection, but there is something about this that just fits me all the way around in every way, shape, or form. And I love this knife. I carry this thing a lot, and it's very meaningful to me because, you know, my best friend and you know, partner, the Kodiak, Chris from Wyvern Kodiak, he gifted me this knife. He knew that I really liked it, and he gifted this to me. And for that, you know, it's a very sentimental knife as well. So I really, really do love this knife a lot. And let me tell you, the Sear, it is a smaller version of that, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, but absolutely fantastic knife. So really, really digging it. Let's throw this in the pocket here. Let's see what the pocket clip looks like. We are going to grab our test pants. Let's take a look here. KB does pretty good pocket clips here. So we've got a rounded bottom, nice ramp on here, plenty of room for fabric, and plenty of flex. I think this is going to be a pretty good pocket clip. So let's test it out. For those of you new to the channel, these are medium thickness jeans. I'm going to take the knife, put it in the pocket to see how well the knife slides in, how good the retention is on the pocket clip, how easy it slides out of the pocket, and any long-term damage or fraying it does to the edges and seams of the pocket. So let's put this in position. Here we go. A little bit of pressure and it slides over. Met with a little bit of resistance there. Not horrible, but more than I was expecting, that's for sure. But it got in there, no problem. Sticks out of the pocket, probably a little more than 1/4 of an inch, but definitely not a 1/2 inch. So it's not deep carry, but it's not terrible. Not going to bother me in the slightest. Retention is outstanding on this, moving the pants, not moving the knife. So that's going to stay put. Coming out of the pocket, it's actually easier than going in the pocket. So the pocket clip gets a good grade. Could it be better? Sure, I think it could be a little bit better. I would imagine that the ramp smoothness underneath probably could be just a little bit better, or something. No, you know what? I see what it is. I think it's the milling on here. They probably should have put a flat area underneath here. And that was probably what caused that, was just a little bit of grab. Not a big deal. Again, it worked well, just a little bit more resistance than I was expecting. We've got T8 hardware all the way around. Love to see that. Press fit on the thumb studs. So all in all, really like this knife. Really, really like this knife. And I'm typically not a sub 7-inch knife liker, but I do have to say I'm digging this one. I do dig this knife a lot. I think I prefer this only because of two things. One is the size is just a little bit better for me, and two is that you can see here on the sail fin that it's got just that little bit of jimping that I was mentioning, right? It's 1/4 to 1/2 inch more jimping is what I love. Choking up and I'm still on that jimping, which is what I would wish this knife had, was just that little bit of jimping there. So is there anything I don't like about this knife? Really, it's just those two main items that I had mentioned, right? So you have, let me look at the sharpening choil here. You've got good life on the sharpening choil. Plunge grind ends over here, so that's not an issue. So really, it's just I wish there was a 1/2 inch more or so, 1/4 of an inch more jimping on there, and the pocket clip, if it was had a little bit of a flat area underneath it, it would go in and out of the pocket smoother. Other than that, absolutely love this knife. Even the lock bar access with a little bit of texture on there is wonderful. This is just really, really nice texture on here. Beautiful milling on here. Great action on the knife. Easy to deploy in every which way possible, including probably a way that it wasn't supposed to be, front flipping. But all in all, great, great knife. So Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this knife, and do you think that a sub 7-inch knife, and I know some of you have smaller hands, so I'm sure that you're not gonna bat an eyelash at a sub 7-inch knife, but for those of you that have bigger hands, what are your thoughts on this knife? Again, I have double XL hands, and you can see here I have plenty of room on this handle, so you know, it is one of those knives where the size is really kind of what's the word? It's misinterpreted on the sheet, right? You look at the numbers and you're like, that's gonna be too small. No, it's not. So drop me a comment. Would love to know what you all think. And then if you're not subscribed to the Wyvern Kodiak YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it. Check us out on Instagram at Wyvern Kodiak. And last but certainly not least, check out our website, wyvernkodiak.com. Sign up for the newsletter and stay informed all things Wyvern Kodiak. If you like this or any other KB knives, check the description for our links and a discount code. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed checking this thing out. Very cool knife. Appreciate everyone, and you will have a fantastic day.